So, hey guys, good morning. Welcome to my channel. And happy new year. It's been a long time. I know my Christmas has been weird. So, I wanted to make a video, but I'm just lazy and I'm procrastinating, and I have like other things that I'm doing. So, I don't know. I've not replied to anybody's messages. Like, people have reviewed um my YouTube channel. See, I'm so excited. YouTube have been recommending my videos, even if I've not been online, I've not been active. I've been trying as hard as I can to like watch other people's videos and all that, but I've not been so active for my own page. But either way, YouTube has just been doing me great, and I'm so excited and I'm thankful. So the other of the matter is why I've been ranting. So this last year, I was making this has been on my mind for a while. But okay, last year I was making my Christmas hair, which is this braids that you're seeing here. It's already old. So I was in the salon with the two other nurses. And these nurses, they were now just talking. One of the nurses was like say that there was this couple that came into the hospital. The wife was in labor, she was having complications, and the doctor was like, you should give her blood. And she was like, no, 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 no. No, this one, that one, this one, no. That obviously you already know that Jehovah Witness. That their practices does not take it, their practices does not allow it and everything. The doctor was not like, okay, there's no problem, we know. But the thing is, we are going to actually give you your husband's blood. Do you know that this people still rejected it? It's like, why? See, it's like it felt like what's happening? I don't get what's going on. Well, okay, it's your own husband. You say you don't want foreign body in your body. Your husband is your husband a foreign body. You don't want his own blood in your body because I'm like, why? See, I said this. I was in school one day. I was in class one day, and I told my classmates. And my classmates, they are not like I'm young where they are. They are more advanced than me, and I'm like one person or one group of people that I will never allow my daughters to marry is Jehovah Witness. I'm sorry if you say it. If you think it's whatever, as you don't, I say, I live in Nigeria, and Nigeria, there are group that people there are different ethnicity, different tradition, different everything, and you are taught to accommodate those traditions. You are taught to know, okay, if you feel a tradition is interesting, learn more about it, and that is what I'm used to. But you see this particular one, hey, because how will a person in his right mind just refuse help? You are crying, and guess what? Both mother and child, they went to Beme. So it's like, why? Why are you doing this? Why? Why? Do you know that there are sometimes that my children they are sick? I will be like, it's okay, vomit on my body. If you want to poo on my body, I will pack it. Is it today? Even if they are old age sef, don't worry, vomit. I will pack it. I don't worry. As far as you're okay. On Christmas Day, I slept in the hospital. I could have said, okay, and this boy, the child that was sick, I took him to hospital. I think that was the third time I was taking him to hospital for the same sickness. I would have said, you know what, this sickness today you will manage. Today that's Christmas Day, you will manage. Tomorrow I take you to hospital. I said no. I cut salad. I made salad. I made fried rice. I fried chicken. As this boy was eating, the way he was eating is not normal. I didn't even finish my food. I didn't finish anything. I packed this boy. Oh yeah, I went to bathe him. It's even small. So I thank myself I had to even bathe myself because I was so ready to go to the hospital like that. But when my dad said, "Could you just have a bath?" I had my bath. I bathed this boy. My other kids were with my husband. We went to hospital. They now put us at admission. I was with this boy throughout. In short, the experience I experienced there is another thing. I'll talk about it in another video. Maybe before after this one, self. So, okay, back to the story. It's like why some people shout from beginning to end. They shout, "Oh, God, send me my helper, send me my helper." Do you think it's now that you're shouting, "Send me a helper," that God just brings somebody to help you? I don't understand. Do you believe what me how I know God works is he already know before you were born, he already knows that when you're 30 years old, when you're 40 years old, you will like enter like a certain difficulty. And before that time, I want to be prepared. I want to like your helpers might even come to this world 30 years before you do. They might come to this world 20, 15 years, 10, or even after yourself. God will train them to be in a position where they can help you. Just imagine a situation where, okay, you are in the hospital because you are deeper life or Jehovah Witness. I don't know if it's different, so but it's Jehovah Witness I'm talking about. Because you are Jehovah Witness, you go to the hospital, you are shouting, "Oh God, send my helper, God help me, God help me, God help." God already know that you are going to be in trouble. 50 years before that time, he has already brought a child to this world. Put that child through medical school. Do you know how difficult it is? Do you know how many people drop out of medical school? They will do all the residency, do everything. How many they will spend like maybe almost 10 years of their life self. Just their sole purpose in this life is to come and save you. They will go through all the certification, go through everything. Then God will not bring you in front of them. They are telling you, okay, in order for me to help you, this is what you will do. And you will say no. Hey, God, I have never seen. It's like, why? Why would you do that? You will say no just like that. So all God's effort will just be in vain. Everything God has done, you just be in vain. Do you know how much it is to pay school fees in medicals? In medicals, do you know how hard the exams are? And somebody will pass it, they will pay other money. Even if you are paying for their services, do you know how much life is? If I tell you I want to buy a life, can you will you give it to me? If I tell you I have 1 million I want to buy a life, can you give it to me? They will not go through all these things and you will not be like, no, God is sending you helper from heaven down. He's sending you helper and you are saying no. Have you ever been in a situation whereby there's an emergency and they're like saying, pay this 300K, pay it now. If you don't pay it now, this person will die. And you don't know how, you don't know where, you don't know where. All you know is that money has been paid and you're coming out with receipts. But you don't have that money. You say it's God. God knows how he already knows. Okay, I was telling this my classmate that one set of people I would never allow my daughters to marry. Because if it was my son, if my son is marrying a Jehovah Witness, he's going to bring her out of the church and put her in Catholic church. So if a man from the Jehovah Witness come and carry my daughter, he's removing her from the Catholic church and he's putting her in Jehovah Witness. I will never allow that. God forbid. Because it's not only my daughter is going to affect, it's going to affect my grandchildren. It's going to affect my great grandchildren. All of them will live with that small minded mentality. And I don't think my mother suffered to go through nursing school for her children, her grandchildren, her great grandchildren to suffer that kind of thing. Please, I beg, no. My daughters, God forbid, see, if they come in front of me and say, God keeping me alive. If they come in front of me and say, "Oh, mommy is a deeper life person I want to marry. Mommy is a Jehovah Witness I want to marry." I will not agree. It will not work. God forbid. Marry anybody. I was Pentecostal before I became Catholic. It does not matter. And I'm Catholic because my husband is Catholic. I don't believe well, it's not the same God that we're serving. But I don't believe in all those things. Okay, now let's look at Catholics. Catholics now they believe you should not use like contraceptive. Okay, marriage, you should not use contraceptive, you should not use condom, all those tying of womb, all those contraceptive, I'm going to use the word forbid, they forbid it. But me, I'm using contraceptive. I know plenty other women that are using contraceptive because we don't want to die. I cannot be having They have something called Billings method. If you're getting married in Catholic church, I got married in Catholic church. If you're getting married in Catholic church, they will give you the book. And the book is cheap, sef, if not free. I think it was even free for me. I haven't had two. I remember having two at the same time. The book will teach you how to know your fertile, your safe periods and your unsafe periods. To teach you, how to, when to sleep with your husband, when not to sleep with your husband. The whole point of the book is to, okay, have sex during your safe period and not have sex to avoid getting pregnant. It's like a birth control. That's how we say. So you will not tell me that I know myself, me that I know that that kind of thing will not work for me. I know that it will not work for me. You will not come and tell me that I should now do it. If I decided to say, okay, is this Billings method I'm going to use to stop having children, I assure you, I would have been in number 7 by now. That one is a fact. I would have been pregnant with my seventh child. And I cannot put myself in that risk. I cannot like say I want to destroy myself. I have 4 children. 4 children is a lot. Do you know how much you pay for school fees? Do you know how much you pay for feeding? Do you know how much you pay for clothes? So you will not tell me that okay, Nkechi, because Nkechi has decided that she will carry herself, go to the hospital and put IUD so that she can no longer have a child. God, I will, if God said, if God considers that a sin, I cannot kneel down in front of God and say, God, forgive me. And God will not forgive me. I will not be unclean. I will not be considered as unclean. I will not be considered as unsafe. In some way, it cannot be compared. In some ways, it can be compared. So let me tell you something. When I had my last child in a Catholic hospital. And before I gave birth to the child, I was doing antenatal in another hospital. So in the hospital, we have already made arrangements that while I was like immediately the baby comes out, placenta comes out, they're going to put an IUD for me so that I'll just go home and I don't need to come back for an IUD later. That was the plan. But as God will have it now, I now have to give birth in the Catholic church, in the Catholic hospital. And I was telling the sister that I was like, sister, wait, oh, let's discuss how you do. It was there and then that told me that they don't do contraception. That was when I now remembered because I honestly forgot. And when I said it, nobody was telling me if you do IUD, you're unsafe. If you do IUD, you're unclean. You cannot come before God. You cannot do anything. It just says they don't do it. Nobody was discouraging me from doing it. Nobody was saying anything. I kukuma carried myself. When I got home, after how many weeks, I went to the hospital where I discussed the IUD and I put it and I went to get my IUD. If you keep having children, you're having 4, you're having 5, there's a possibility that you just die on the hospital bed. And there's a possibility that your baby will die. There are complications that may occur that you don't want to occur. And you don't want that. I want to focus on my 4 children and I want to do it like that. I'm glad I have. So I want to avoid anything that comes next, any unforeseen circumstances. Me, I don't want. So you will not tell me that for you, okay, if say doctor say come and take blood, you and your baby will be safe, and you take the blood, God will not forgive you. You cannot like pray and your sins will actually be washed away. Is that what it means? I don't understand. Will you be unsafe forever? What does unsafe mean? That you will go to hellfire? Okay, if unsafe or that means it's a sinful act, can't God forgive you for that sinful act? Have you not cheated? Have you not lied? Have you not stolen in the past? Even now, self that you haven't there, self, you must have insulted or spoke ill about your neighbor. But yet, if you can do all those things that are sins and God forgive you, this particular one that will save your life, I prefer for my child to marry an Ogun person, a elders say Ayala people, than for my child to marry Jehovah Witness. God forbid. God forbid. Let my child be in a Muslim. It's not better said for my child to be in a Muslim home because I know that she'll be very well taken care of. Her children will be very well taken care of. Their children's children will be very well taken care of. And if something like this comes out with like a matter of life and death, they will be like it will be handled. What is this? You are praying for a helper up and down. God has sent you a helper, but you don't want to. Hey, you don't want to be helped. Hey, the thing and the funniest thing when the nurses they were saying it and they were talking in disgust, like, how will you do that? But what can they do? They cannot force you to take any medication. They cannot force you to do anything. Now, mother and child gone. Sometimes the baby does what there was a YouTuber I even saw said that the baby l- went. She suffered a lot. She may not even have another child. Like, and she already has two children. Why? Like, why? Why? And the funniest thing, I feel like her own was as a result of peer pressure because she had two C-sections. Then the same thing I was saying in my other video, I think I put a link somewhere in the description. The same thing I was saying in my other video that like people will tell you something, you let it get into your head. People will tell there's some certain things that you cannot tell me, especially when it comes to life and death. Especially my children, whether born or unborn. It's not me and you. I'm so sorry, but I will not take it. Let me go to hellfire. I will burn. Let me burn your fire. It does not matter. But I will take it. Let my children be safe. Anything that requires my children to suffer or to for any something bad to happen to them, I will not take it. Whether it's written in the Bible or whatever, I will not take it. I will find a way to save my child. I'll find a way to save myself so that I can take care of that child. But I don't understand. Somebody said it's not possible that deeper life oh sorry I don't know which one. I don't know the same thing or they are different. I'm not sure. I don't know. But Jehovah Witness are like that because they have that mindset because they are not rich. She said, have you seen anybody with a Prado Jeep come to your door and tell you if you know Christ? That if it was like that, people would be knowing Christ up and down. That all of them they are just small minded. This is not me. All of them are just, according to her, maybe it's what she has seen. All of them are just small minded because you just keep, how will you come to somebody's door and they tell you that they are a Christian like you and you say your Christianity is not good. I tell you I'm a Pentecostal. If you say your Pentecostal is not good, that should come and join your Jehovah Witness. Is it not the same God? Is it not the same Bible? Me, I don't know. I don't know, Sha. Eh, it's a thing I know that it's small. I know that me, I'm a small YouTube channel. People might not see this, but come on now. That's the smart. If you now guess what you are saying God, the God now that is brought the child to this world now to save Nigeria from poverty now, see now Nigeria is still in poverty. Maybe that's why we are still in poverty sef because they are not taking blood. God will bring a child to this world to save Nigeria from corruption. We are not seeing the child now. Nigeria is that corruption. I don't know, me I don't know anything abeg. So that's it. That's my rant today. It may not be invalid though, but my own is okay. What the point of everything is, I want to ask a question now. If you eventually take blood from like the doctor or maybe from your family member or from whoever, you eventually take blood. I know for a fact that if you take blood after a few days, the blood leaves your body and like it will like new blood will come in and it will not be 100% you. So if you take blood and you kneel down in front of God and you ask God for forgiveness, will He not forgive you? That's my question. Oh. Is He not going to forgive you? Or is there something else behind it somewhere? Because I know that in the scriptures, I know they said don't put foreign object inside your body, something like that. I'm not so sure, but it's something of that nature. But back in the biblical time, there was no blood transfusion. Oh. So maybe in the Bible they were actually talking about something else, but you are misinterpreting it. I don't know. Me, I'm not sure. I don't know anything. But my own question is If you eventually take blood and save your life and your that of your baby, if you later on go to church, go to the altar and ask for forgiveness, will God not forgive you? It's not the same God I know. Do you know how many sinners that people have killed, people have done bad things to other people, and God will forgive them? It's now you that you are saving in life. You are not even saving one life, you are saving two lives, and you are still saying no. So until the end of my rant this morning, this early morning, my children just left for school. It's early momo. So I wanted to just know your take on it and what your opinion is on this. But me, as far as that rule C takes, I will not allow my child to marry a Jehovah Witness. It's not my daughter especially. It's not possible. No. So what's your opinion? Thank you for listening to my podcast. Though I don't know what this video is, but it's just something. Bye bye.